The notification comes before you finished your coffee. Account approved. You don't remember feeling this awake in months. Level 1. The believer. You open the app for the first time at 11:47 p.m., lying in bed, phone brightness turned down so it doesn't wake anyone. $500. That's what you funded it with. Not rent money, you tell yourself, just money that was sitting there doing nothing. You watch a 14-minute video about candlesticks and feel something unlock in your chest, a door you didn't know was there. This is the hidden rule of this level. You believe the chart is talking to you, specifically, and that everyone else either hasn't noticed the pattern yet or is too scared to act on it. You place your first trade at 9:31 a.m. on a Tuesday, hands actually shaking. And when it goes green, you laugh out loud in an empty kitchen. You text your brother a screenshot. He doesn't reply for 6 hours. When he does, it's just nice. You don't notice that this stings. Not yet. You're too busy refreshing. By Thursday, you've checked your phone 43 times before noon. You don't know that number. You will never know that number. Nobody at this level counts. This is what it costs you. The thing you can't get back. The first time will never happen again. And you don't know yet that you're spending it. The account is up $34 by Friday. You already know what you're buying with the imaginary profit. A new desk chair, maybe, something to mark the occasion. Level 2. The confident. 3 weeks in, you've made $890 on a $500 account, and you've started saying when I trade instead of when I gamble, a distinction that matters more to you than you'd admit out loud. You've stopped watching the tutorials. You skim them now, arms crossed, the posture of someone who's graduated past needing to be told things. The hidden rule here: confidence arrives exactly one trade before the lesson that's supposed to teach you humility, and there's no way to know which trade that is until it's already happened. You size up, not because you ran the numbers, because the last 4 trades worked and 4 feels like a pattern. You buy in at $2,400 this time, most of what's left in your checking account after rent. And you tell yourself this is what conviction looks like. Your girlfriend asks what you're doing on your laptop at 2 a.m., and you say research. And that's technically true. You're researching whether your specific bad luck is about to end. It isn't. The position drops 4% overnight on news you didn't see coming, because you'd stopped reading news. You'd started reading charts instead, as if charts exist apart from the world that makes them move. You don't sell. Selling would make it real. You close the laptop instead and lie there doing math in the dark. The kind of math that doesn't help anything, just confirms what you already fear. Level 3. The wounded. The account bottoms out at $1,100 by the time you finally sell, 11 weeks after the high, and you tell people you took some profit, which is a lie you've practiced enough times that it comes out smooth. The hidden rule of this level: everyone here has a story about the trade that broke something, and nobody tells it accurately, not even to themselves. You stop checking the app every hour, not from discipline, from something closer to grief. You used to text your brother every win, you haven't sent him a screenshot in 2 months, and when he asks how the trading thing is going, you say taking a break and change the subject before he can ask a follow-up. This is what it costs you, the thing you can't get back. You've stopped trusting your own certainty, and certainty was the only thing that made this fun. You read 3 books about risk management in 9 days, underlining sentences with a kind of desperate hope, as if knowledge can retroactively undo a loss. It can't, but you don't know that yet either. What you do know is that you flinch now when a position moves against you, a real physical flinch, shoulders up near your ears, and you didn't used to flinch. Power has moved. It started with you, the believer who thought the market owed him something for paying attention. It belongs to the market now. You just haven't said it out loud. Level 4. The technician. A year and a half in, you've built 3 spreadsheets and a Discord habit and a rule you actually follow. 1% risk per trade, no exceptions, written on a sticky note that's stopped being sticky and just leans against your monitor now. The hidden rule of this level: discipline isn't a feeling, it's a behavior you perform on the days you don't feel it. And nobody can tell the difference from outside. You stop trading the news. You stop trading your gut. You backtest a strategy for 6 weekends in a row. Alone, the same Excel file opens so long, the laptop fan never fully spins down. Win rate, 54%. Risk reward, 1.8 to 1. You say these numbers to yourself like a rosary. Your friends invite you out on a Friday, and you say you have a thing, and the thing is reviewing your trade journal, comparing entries against exits, looking for the leak. There's always a leak. You find this one, you exit winners too early, out of a fear you haven't fully looked at, the fear that the market is about to take back what it gave you. Naming it doesn't fix it. It just means you now watch yourself do the wrong thing in real time, which is its own particular kind of exhausting. The account crosses $9,000. You don't celebrate. Celebrating felt like the thing that got you here last time, and you've decided, quietly, that feeling anything at all is a liability. Level 5. The operator. 2 years and 4 months in, you manage a position size that would have terrified the kid who funded that first account with $500 he didn't tell anyone about. You don't flinch anymore. That's the first thing people notice about you now. The stillness. The way you can watch 6 figures move against you and just adjust the stop instead of reaching for your phone to call someone. The hidden rule of this level. The people who used to ask if you're okay have stopped asking. Not because you seem fine, but because you've gotten good at making sure nothing shows. A trader in your Discord, someone you've never met in person, sends you a message at 1 a.m. asking for advice on a position. You used to be the one sending that message. Now you're the one being asked. And you answer in 4 sentences. Calm, precise, slightly bored by your own clarity. This is what it costs you. The thing you can't get back. You used to call your mother every Sunday without fail. 3 years straight, and last Sunday you forgot, and you didn't notice until Tuesday when she texted asking if you were alive. You said you'd been busy. You had been. That's the part that bothers you, if you let it, which you mostly don't anymore. The room doesn't go quiet when you walk in. There's no room. It's just you and 4 monitors and a silence you've stopped registering as silence. Level 6. The quiet one. 4 years in, the trading isn't the hard part anymore. The hard part is everything around it. The version of you that used to exist before the spreadsheets. The version your old friends keep half expecting to show back up. You manage a portfolio worth more than your parents' house, and none of it feels like real money. It feels like numbers that move other numbers. An abstraction so complete you sometimes forget there's a person on the other side of every losing trade you take. The hidden rule of this level. You've stopped needing to be right. You only need your edge to be right slightly more often than it's wrong. And that distinction has rewired something in how you experience failure. A position drops 12% in an afternoon. You don't feel your pulse change. You used to think that would feel like power, the absence of fear. It mostly just feels like absence. Your brother calls to tell you he's getting married. You're already calculating, mid-conversation, whether you can take the weekend off, and you hate that the calculation happens before the happiness does, and you say that's amazing, a half-second too late for it to sound automatic. Though it was. Nobody waits for you to speak first in a room anymore. You realize, watching a new trader in the Discord ask the exact question you asked 4 years ago, that you already know exactly how his next 18 months go. You don't tell him. Telling him wouldn't change anything. It never does. Level 7. The room with a view. 6 years in, you've stopped opening the app first thing in the morning. You wake up, and for 9 or 10 seconds you're just a person in a bed, and then you remember, and the remembering doesn't feel like excitement anymore. It feels like clocking in. You manage capital for 2 other people now. Money that isn't yours, which means every decision carries a weight the early version of you never had to feel, back when the only person you could disappoint was yourself. The hidden rule of this level. The fear never actually left. It just got quiet enough that you mistook the silence for peace. You sit in your kitchen with a coffee you've ordered the same way for 6 years, and halfway through it, you notice you don't actually like it. You've never liked it. You just stopped paying attention to whether you did. Your phone buzzes. It's your mother, asking if you're coming for Sunday dinner. You say yes. You mean it. You also know, somewhere underneath the meaning it, that you'll be checking positions at the table, phone face down but never far, and that everyone there will pretend not to notice, the way they've learned to. You made it. Whatever that word means now. You sit by the window with the coffee going cold, and you watch a kid 2 floors down funding his first account on his phone. Hands probably shaking. Though you can't see that from here, you just know. You know exactly what he doesn't. You don't go down and tell him. There's nothing to tell him that would change which year he's standing in. He'll find out the way you did, alone, at 11:47 p.m., certain the chart is speaking only to him. It always is. That's the part nobody believes until they're the one it's speaking to, and by then it's already begun.